Welcome back to another episode of Backyard Texas Barbecue. Today I'm making a smoked pulled pork shoulder. So my name is Kristen, and every Friday I share with you a new barbecue recipe, whether it's a dessert, a side dish, a meat, or even just my favorite kinds of grills. So if you're looking for new barbecue recipes, don't forget to subscribe and push that bell to get the notifications when I post a new video. So even though I'm in the beautiful state of California, I am in Northern California and it is freezing here. So I waited until there was a clear day and I smoked this pork shoulder for you guys. So to get started, we're gonna prep the pork shoulder here in the kitchen, get it all ready to go. Then we're gonna head out to the smoker and cook it nice and slow. So let's go make this delicious, tender pulled pork. Now, the one thing I love about pork shoulders or pork butts is that you really don't have to trim the meat. If it was a competition, yes, you would do something like that. But because I'm just making it at home, I'm leaving everything on. So I'm just gonna put some mustard on because we want the rub to stick onto this pork butt or pork shoulder really well, because it's not the most flavorful cut of meat, but if you have the right rub and you leave the fat on, it will taste amazing. All right, so once you're done putting mustard on pretty much the whole thing of meat, even on the fat, the next thing we're gonna do is put on our rub. Now I'm putting on a homemade rub. I'll put the link in the description for you. You can put any type of rub that you like to put on your pork. This one is just a mixture of like brown sugar and a bunch of other spices. But really any rub will do. And if you just have salt and pepper, that will actually taste amazing too. All right, so we are just putting this rub everywhere, on every corner of this pork shoulder. All right, so now we are going to be putting it on the smoker. Now, the trick about this is to make all the fat go into the meat, so you're going to cook it with the fat side up. So right now I'm at about 250 degrees, and this is gonna cook for a while. Now I like my shoulder cooked a little bit more on the Texas style side, so it's going to have a little bit of a crispier outside and soft in the middle. So I actually don't touch it the whole entire time that it's cooking. I just leave it right on the smoker. So once the internal temperature reaches about 190 to 200 degrees, it's time to pull it out. So I'm going to wrap it in foil. This is 2 layers of foil so the juices don't come out. So wrap it really tight as you can get it. Then I'm going to stick it inside of my cooler and let it rest for about 45 minutes. Now it's still cooking just a little bit while it's sitting in the foil and it's absorbing all the liquids. That's exactly what we want. So after the 45 minutes, I'm going to unwrap it, and I just want to show you this fat that's on top. A lot of it has gone into the meat, but the rest will just literally, you can pull off. So I'm going to clean up the meat just a little bit, take off that fat that didn't get cooked into the meat, because no one wants a big bite of fat. So once that's cleaned off, then it's time to flip it over and take the shoulder blade out, and then we're going to shred it. Now look how dark and crispy the outside is. That is like perfect Texas style. Okay, the shoulder blade should be able to come out so easily. And then it's time for my favorite part, shredding of the pork. I think one of my favorite things is just that smoke color that it gives it. Now once it's all shredded, I love to serve this nice and hot. I like to put it on buns, you could put it on salads, you could literally just eat it plain. But my favorite is to make like a barbecue sandwich out of it. So I have my buns, and then I also have this homemade barbecue sauce that I'll put a link in the description for you that you can find. Just pour that right on top, put the bun on, and it's absolutely delicious. I hope you loved this recipe today. If you want to find more barbecue recipes, you can find my delicious barbecue ribs right there, and then the rub that I used today, you can find my rub right there. All right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Friday.